So we live together.
Yep.
We watch football together.
Yep.
We talk about football together.
Yep.
Why don't we just start a podcast?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Eye Test. It's myself, DS, and my guy, CultureCams. It's been a minute since we've done an episode, but we're back with a bang. An international break, I think, is always the most interesting time to have kind of conversations that we almost go away from everything that's happening every single weekend and have more broader conversations here. And I think we have a really good topic today. We're gonna go through some of the biggest takes of the season so far and see if we agree with them, if we disagree with them, or we're just going to hold off a little bit. You'll get the game more as we go along, right? But before I do, Cam, I see you in the Atalanta shirt, man. I seen you hanging out in Italy these days, bro.
You know me, man. Jet setting, you know. I said this year we're going to be abroad a little bit more.
That kit is hard, by the way.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
a
Even
nice
that
kit.
home kit is really nice. I got the home kit as well.
I really
but
like that, though.
This one's good because of the logo, innit? I like how it's not the oval thing. It's this
100%.
one, yeah. But, nah, that was nice, bro.
You got a Lookman on the back.
Yeah. You don't want to see what's on the back.
I show him what's on the back.
You used to go and check my reel. Should be out by now. My reel will be out.
Yo, that's my favorite player on Atalanta, actually.
Yeah.
He's having a banging season.
Right, you'll see what's on the back. But yeah, no, that was fun, man. Atalanta versus Como. Got to see Fabregas ball in real life, which was cool. Atalanta, the stadium as well. It's nice. Like, it's open, but it's not huge, but it's also like compact as well. It's nice, man. And like, it's funny, man. Like, the culture in our country compared to like other countries so different, bro. We went for half time, came back. People are sitting in our seats, but then other people are not sitting. Like, everyone just sits wherever they want, kind of thing.
Policing it.
Yeah, nobody's policing it. Every corner, you just get like 50 kids.
Really?
Run down from every corner. They run down to the little glass and they all got their phones.
Is it
like recording? Is sick, man. Honestly, they all go back to
How
their
was
seats.
like the atmosphere in terms of like chanting,
Yeah,
singing?
the atmosphere was mad because Como are known for being a calm city, as you know. To their fans, nothing.
Yeah, this is like the rich people, man.
Nothing.
Yeah.
They had probably like a small fraction up there.
Yeah.
When they scored, I have never heard such silence. It was like,
Really?
nothing.
Get in.
Bro, nothing. But then the Atalanta fans, at the start of the game, they have like this foil thing.
Yeah.
They all just be flashing this
Is it-
foil thing. It looks sick. You'll see it. I got a video of it, right? Their atmosphere is cold. When the player scores, you know, they shout the name.
Yeah.
Like, let's say, for example, Ademola, Lukman.
Yeah.
It's tough. So, that was a good experience, man. Again, it's one of them places where I never thought I'd be in Bergamo.
Atalanta,
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I know I'll go to Milan, maybe I'll go to
Bergamo is like,
Bergamo, and in like Atalanta Stadium, which is New Balance Stadium. So shout out New Balance, shout out
Is it called
Sports
the New
Direct.
Balance Stadium?
It's called the New Balance Arena.
Cold. Yeah.
New Balance Arena,
They got the rights to the stadium. That's hard. Yeah.
New Balance Arena. So shout out New Balance for taking me there. Sports Direct, and yeah, man, great experience, bro.
Bro, I was having this conversation with Remedy actually on social media, and it was about atmosphere everywhere else in Europe compared to the Premier League. Because I think someone was they wrote this article about why is Arsenal's home support in these last few games so like mild or whatever. And Remedy's like, you guys don't understand. It's not an Arsenal thing or whatever. Football fans in England only really kind of get up and make noise when they're excited about something. So a goal or a big challenge or something like that.
Yeah.
Outside of that, they're not the kinds of fans that are going to be just singing. I think away support is different, right? Because that's when you get the most hardcore of the hardcore. But home support, for the most part, they react to what they're seeing.
Bro, exactly, because you look at it, right? One thing, the English crowds are quite friendly in general compared to, I think, other nations' fans, right? So as you said, bro, sometimes a back pass is applauded in this country. Like, we're very clappy. We clap. Oh, that was good. Clap. That's what we do in this country. But, bro, at Atalanta, there's a man standing on like a boombox, not watching the match.
The same thing happened in Lyon when I went
This is
to
what I
watch
mean.
Lyon.
He's not
the
watching the
whole
match.
game. They don't watch it.
No.
They just have a microphone in their hand.
Yeah.
And they just do the
do
chants.
whatever.
Yeah.
He's drumming, he's shouting, doing the chants. They're doing it, and
Da,
like,
da, da, da,
yeah. literally, you just suddenly, it's not like they're competing, but that end of the stadium and this end of the stadium, which are both Atalanta fans, it's like they're competing
100%
with chants. You know what I mean? They're singing some next thing. And this man starts charging them up, and that's what they do. So they go for
that's actually one of the coolest things. It's like when one goes da da da, and then you hear on the other side
yeah,
they do it back.
yeah.
Bro, European crowds.
Yeah,
man.
it's different.
It actually ruined it a little for me in the Premier League. Like I told Remedy that, like once you understand it's a different vibe, it's a completely different cultural thing. You accept it, right? But when I went to go watch the Milan derby first of all, and then I went and watched Lyon Saint-Etienne a year later, the next time I went to a Premier League game, I was like, this is kind of underwhelming.
Yeah,
Like when you experience that,
Yeah.
and then you go back to the Premier League, which in comparison is almost like a tennis game, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. My only thing is though, like, do you
weird.
think there's two sides of it? Because when I was there, I was like, okay, it's 1-1. The game's a bit dead. They're singing their chants, but is that motivating the players? Like, because I feel like, you know, in England, they're engaged. Okay, something reacts to it. Then they get up and they start singing. So that's kind of like they fed off the energy their player gave, and then they're giving the energy back.
Right.
Whereas Italian fans, for example, just saying this example, is like they're just singing regardless. So am I feeling like
I don't know.
am I being motivated
I'd
or
love to
just like
experience that.
they're just singing? They're just doing their own thing. They don't even care.
As a fan, and I'm a neutral as well too in these kinds of games. I just love. It was something new to me.
That was sick. It was sick.
But as a player, I'd love to actually know.
Yeah.
Something that,
like, would you rather them sing all game?
Yeah.
Or would you rather them react?
Like at some point, it's probably like, shut the hell up, man.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? But like because like if we're just playing and you're just singing Atalanta's like one of Atalanta's 10 songs, and it's a meaty game going on, I'm thinking, you know what I mean? You're not motivating me right now, so I don't know. It's a weird one still, because like, you know, like if they, for example, Euro does a big challenge. Everyone gets, United. You're motivated. You're like, oh, shit. So, but if it's just all game, we're just singing, turn me on. You're like, what are you doing, bro? Man, what are you doing, bro? Not motivating, is it? So, I don't know. It's a weird one, but the atmosphere was sick. I just hate the smoking, bro.
Oh, yeah.
The
Italy
secondhand
especially.
smoke, bro.
It's
I
crazy.
hate that. But yeah, it was great. It was great.
Okay, going into this video. So I had this idea this morning, right? I'm going to give you a few big takes from this season, or maybe even some things that have happened so far that are causing a bit of a stir on social media and in punditry. I'm going to ask you where you stand on them so far. You guys will understand more when I kind of give the topics. And I just want you, well, first of all, give your main stance. Are you buying that take? Are you you're not buying it whatsoever, I guess you're selling it, or you're going to hold off and see how it kind of grows throughout the season?
Okay.
Right? Get involved as well, too, in the comment section below. The first one I want to ask you about is actually one that's kind of been really viral over the last few days. I mean, we've heard Jamie Carragher's opinion on it. We've heard Gary Neville's opinion on it. I think it's been something going on social media for almost a year now, but it really kind of grew to another size after the Chelsea game against Liverpool. Moises Caicedo. Carragher says Declan Rice is the best midfielder in the league. Gary Neville thinks it's Moises Caicedo at the moment. And a lot of people agree with him. But what's your stance? Are you buying Moises Caicedo being the best? And when I say best midfielder, we're gonna leave the 10s out of it. Cole Palmer, Foden. They're more forwards. Let's be real. We're talking like players in the engine room. Central midfielders, number 6s. Is he the best midfielder in the Premier League right now?
So I can buy, sell, or hold, you say?
Yeah, or hold off, yeah.
I'm going to hold off. I'm going to hold off. The reason why I'm going to hold off is because...
And by the way, hold on. I don't want you holding off on every take.
No, I won't.
Don't sit on the fence for everyone.
Me, bro.
It's easy. I give you 5 topics. You say, hold on.
I'm going to hold off on this one because I think it's just far too interchangeable, bro. I just think it's too interchangeable. Like, Chelsea fans would have believed this, that Caicedo is the best from last season, which is fine. So this is nothing to do with you guys as Chelsea fans. But I think the majority would have lent towards Rice last season, right? I think Rice started a little bit slow this season, but he's picking it up now. Last 3-4 games, he's been really good. And I think what they have done, obviously Rice was doing amazing things in the Champions League. We saw it on the Real Madrid. Forget the free kick game. That second game at the Bernabeu was unbelievable, bro. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, back-to-back man of the matches, right? So I look at Declan Rice and you could probably say maybe Declan Rice has done it at a higher level. He's played in Euro finals. He's played at World Cups. Maybe he's played a bit more experience in that regards than a Moises Caicedo, but it doesn't take away what Caicedo has done. Caicedo is a dominant midfielder in the league at the moment. He's combative. He's good on the ball. He's passing his crisp. What he's doing and the leadership that he's showing for this Chelsea team is top. You know what I'm saying? It's top. But I do think it's too interchangeable. It could take 4 games for someone's opinion for this to change. Do you get where I'm coming from? And this is often my case when I talk about like really young players. You know, when everyone's comparing their young player, I'm like, bro, development is not linear, that this guy can go here while this guy stays here for a little sec, and then all of a sudden he catches. That's just the way football is, right? So the reason for me, as I said, I don't know if he's the best because I know the discussions about Declan Rice and Caicedo, so I'll stay there.
Well, if you think Gravenberch or McAllister,
Yeah,
go
I would say those two for me are the ones I look up. I do think Declan Rice affects all phases of the game more than Caicedo. I do think Caicedo is probably a better sitter than Declan Rice, but I think Declan Rice offers a little bit more on all phases for me. I look at when he's pressing from the front, it's unbelievable. I look at the way he recovers the ball. You can feel like I'm talking about Caicedo right now as well. But I look at the way he strikes the ball as well, is unbelievable. Obviously, his corner threat as well, which is great. I think his impact to Arsenal at the moment is so huge. So I have them both at the same level, and that's why I'm going to have to hold off. And the reason for that, as I said, is because they're so close. But the reason, when you look at Haaland and Isak, remember when I was always like, it's Haaland, Haaland, because it would have taken something special for Isak to make me think this man is not the best in the league. I don't think it's going to take something special for Rice to be better than Caicedo or Caicedo to be better than Rice.
Because you view them
because I read that, man. At the end of the season, Caicedo could be in the team of the year. Rice isn't. You'll say Caicedo is better this year. Next season, it could be Rice like it's been in the last 2 seasons. It's been Declan Rice. Yeah. You'll be like, Declan Rice is better.
For example, it's like if Rodri was fit and firing at his absolute best for you, it'd be like,
he'll be the best.
Rodri for sure.
Yes.
But right now, you think there's a lot of guys, or maybe just these two, that are just like, they're at a similar level.
Yeah, a similar level. A perfect example. If Rodri was fit, if it was Ballon d'Or Rodri, come on, this ain't a conversation for me. It's Rodri as the best. But Caicedo and one day it's Caicedo, one day it's Rice.
What would it take for one of them to massively leapfrog the other in your estimation?
Probably and this is why, let me say to you, by the way, I'm still leaning more towards Declan Rice.
Is that because of what he's done on the biggest stage so far?
I'm still more towards Declan Rice. I've said this, I'm on record of saying this before people think, oh, where have you changed your mind? No, I'm still leaning more towards Rice, but I think it will take special Champions League nights, man, for me. And both of them are playing in the competition. So it's not like, oh, you're only saying this because Caicedo is not in the competition. I want to see some special Champions League nights from them.
Which I think is going to be a bit biased.
It is going to be a bit more favourable to Rice because he plays with a better team. And maybe at the end of the season, Arsenal are lifting the Prem and Rice has had a Team of the Year campaign. You're saying, sorry, Caicedo. That's how it's going to look. So I don't want to look at it by trophies. I want to see some legendary moments, man.
Can I tell you what I really want to see? I mean, the two of them are playing against each other soon.
I
want to see a legendary matchup, bro.
But the thing is,
I know, look, it's not like a number 10 versus 6, right? But I do think there are times in these games where you do see Caicedo and Declan Rice going at it, winning tackles against each other, trying to run past each other. Declan Rice is also playing in higher up positions that Caicedo is going to find himself in. And one thing about Caicedo, I mean, I literally made a video yesterday actually saying, Caicedo, yo, my fault, bro.
Yeah, you are really against Caicedo.
Yeah, you know what it was? I mentioned this, right? But if you remember with Caicedo, I was just thinking, I never thought he was a bad player, first and foremost, right? But it was more so like,
the money,
is he
for
worth
what he
the money?
is.
I don't think he is. I have to be convinced by that. And I think I let that preconceived bias probably last a little too long. But now I feel like what I'm seeing from Caicedo is undeniable. And when you talk about like dominating midfield battles, like that Liverpool game for me was the perfect example, but even the PSG game in the final, I feel like Caicedo's fingerprints are all over that game. He won the midfield battle. And that's what I really like from him at the moment. By the way, for a guy who's pretty small, right?
Yeah, he's
like he's solid as a rock, bro. Honestly,
SCN,
he's strong, man. It takes a lot to overpower that guy. But those are the kinds of moments as well for me too. When like what he did against Gravenberch, what he did against that Vitinha midfield, what he's going to do against Arsenal. That for me. And it might be a little unfair, right? But I think that's where the best players are truly judged. What you do in the biggest games. But I agree with you at the moment. I don't think there is too much between. I don't think there's too much between them. Honestly, I think they are pretty similar.
I have to hold off on there because he could be currently the best.
True.
Do you get what I mean?
True.
If the overall best, it's just too for me. It's just too interchangeable for me. So I mean, and this is the thing though, just 3 weeks ago,
Gravenberch was
called the best midfielder in the league. Most important, most complete midfielder. So it could change. A season ago, it was people talking about McAllister as the best. He's not had a good start.
But you know what it is with Caicedo right now.
No one is like.
But you know what it is with Caicedo at the moment, bro. I think it's the consistency for him. Because you are talking about guys were here and they're here. I feel like Caicedo now for probably around a year or so
has kind of for Rice though, innit?
Definitely as well too. But I feel like Caicedo, I'm just watching him like for me, he never drops below a 7 out of 10. He's the most consistent player in a Chelsea team that, for me, are anything but consistent. And I think, especially in that position, for me, the most important trait for a defensive midfielder, you just want him to be consistent. You don't want your defensive midfielder to give you this and then that. So I give him a huge plus in that. But I can hear that. I think, and I think there's a lot of guys around the league as well too. Maybe they're just waiting to kind of get on that stage, like Wharton, for example. Baleba, I know he's having a hard time with it at the moment. I mean, Paul Scholes through in Tonali. Is he on that level? I think there's a lot of guys that are similar for me.
Yeah, that's the thing. All it takes is a move, and all of a sudden, somebody leapfrogs, or to be fair, they could drown as well. So, but yeah, man, I'll hold off on it because I think it's in the balance. I can't buy
that's exactly what I mean.
And I'm not gonna sell because that's disrespectful. He's not. He is up there. So yeah.
Okay, the next one, and again, like I said, get involved in the comment section down below. Let's go to Manchester, but the blue side of Manchester.
Oh.
Jeremy Doku started the season extremely well. And I think the biggest kind of sign of improvement from him so far is the final touch. I think Doku has always been an exciting player since he came to the Premier League. I'll always remember that game against Italy for Belgium in the Euros. That was the first time I ever saw him, and he just wowed me with his dribbling. But while he's been exciting the last 2 years at City, I think the main criticism has always been it doesn't really end up coming to anything, right? He's dangerous, he's exciting, but he's not really impactful. He's not really, the output isn't there. This season, that does appear to have changed, right? It does appear that a lot of his actions are kind of ending in resulting goals or assists or chances at least. He looks like City's second most dangerous player after Haaland. I guess the question for you, and for the viewers as well too, is this a false dawn? Is this like, oh, let's not get too carried away? Or does it feel like Jeremy Doku has finally kind of like flipped a page and he's becoming the player that we all thought he could be?
I'm going to buy on that one. I think Doku has clicked in. Now, the thing about people like Doku, right, is that obviously he's got potential. We've seen that he's got the talent and stuff like that. But I think when people look at final forms or whatever of players, everything has to be like, oh, what, now we need Doku to put up Raheem Sterling numbers or anything. I don't think he's ever going to put up Raheem Sterling numbers, ever. I don't think so. But can he... I think he's more of like a traditional winger in terms of his stats at the end of the season might be 10 goals, 12 assists. Now, I don't know if you guys find that underwhelming.
In all competitions.
It could be in all comps. What's that, 22 goals and assists?
Yeah.
Again, some people might look at it and be like, well, that's underwhelming. But I just think in terms of his decision making, in terms of when he's deciding to run and beyond now, it's now switched on a little bit more. It's his runs off the ball.
Yeah.
Before, he always wanted it to feet. Now, he's getting it to feet, but he's getting it off a splitting pass. And that's the difference. And I think that's important for a winger because you want to get the ball in on the move. And when you get the ball on the move, Doku is one of the sharpest players in world football. So I think like old school, he gives me them old school vibes of he's not going to give me the modern day wingers numbers. I don't think he is.
You don't think he could potentially give you a Vinicius Junior-esque season?
Nah.
No.
Nah. I don't see it. What's that like? What's the Vinny's numbers? Vinny was getting 50 GA. Yeah,
Vinny is getting you around 20 goals, 20 assists in all competitions.
Nah.
You don't see that for Doku?
I don't see. Nah. I think that's too high. I don't see.
I think it's important to remember though. He's still really young, bro.
Yeah, he's 23 now.
Doku, I think he's 22 or 23, right? That's one thing to remember.
But don't you think that expectation?
He's 23 years old.
Yeah. Don't you think that expectation shouldn't like? Is that the aim for every winger now? Like
it feels that way. With where the position is going, it does feel like that is. Yeah, if you're a top winger, you need to be putting up 30 goal contributions. Now, do I think that has to be like a guarantee? No, but you would want to see him like impacting the biggest games and being productive.
I do. That's for me. It's more important that he's impacting these games, that he's getting on the ball and he's being a problem. Now, obviously, you want the end product 100%. I'm looking at him more as you're going to get more assists than you are goals. That's how I'm looking at it. Do you know what I mean?
I would think so as well.
Yeah, that's how
always
I'm
been the thing because, bro, he manages to dribble players so easily and then enter the box, which I feel is now such a valued stat. So many people talk about like box entries or whatever. I feel like in terms of box entries, Doku does it almost as well as anyone I've seen in the league. And then it's like the final pass has always been missing. Where now it seems to be, it's kind of it's connecting for him.
And then when you got Haaland in the form that he's in and the movement, Haaland, everything he sees now, he's hungry for it. So I think that's going to make things easier for Doku. But even with Erling Haaland, I do think that will kind of impact on Doku scoring as much as well. I think Haaland is just going to score such a large... It won't surprise me if at the end of the season, Haaland has scored 65% of City's goals this season.
I mean, right now in the Premier League, bro, I think I read the stat.
Yeah.
I really hope I'm not wrong. Correct me if I am. I think Haaland is the only player on City in the league who scored more than 1 goal.
Wow.
I think I read that. City, he scored 9 goals. I think everyone else is on 1. I think I seen that, right?
Damn.
Foden only scored 1 against United. I'm pretty sure that's true.
Wow. That's what
I'm going to make
I
sure
think
right
when
now.
you have
I've seen a picture. I'm pretty sure it was that.
I think when you have someone like Haaland, you're just going to keep feeding him. And he's infectious right now in terms of his goal scoring. I just can't see Doku putting up a Vinny number campaign next to Haaland on what he's doing right now. I can't see it now. Nah, but I'm buying that he's improved and it's finally kicking in. This is the best version of Doku that I'm seeing, and also the most decisive and confident Doku. So I'm going to say I'm going to buy that. But in terms of, do I think he's going to start putting up monster numbers?
I can see him being a player that puts up 20 goals a season, bro. In all competitions.
Really?
Yeah, I think I can. Yeah, and especially because
I don't know why I can't see it.
I think I can, bro. Because the thing
Is he a finisher?
But the thing is, he's not a bad finisher. I've seen Doku one-on-one slot it past keepers. I've always thought with Doku, it's more the erraticness of him, right? Like, it's almost like he's too jumpy and stuff like that. But I do feel in front of goal, I have seen him slot it past the keeper a good amount of times. I don't think he's a poor finisher. Yeah. Funnily enough, Sterling, I never thought he was like one-on-one. But he scores so many goals. So maybe it's more the movement aspect of things. But I don't know with Doku, man. Maybe it's because I've always been such a big fan. Like, for me, I almost look at it, okay, I don't think he's going to, like, can he do what Dembele did? That's a big ask, and I think Dembele was more talented. But when I look at Dembele as well, too, it almost felt like we were just waiting for it to eventually happen, and then overnight it just happened. Yeah. And I look at Doku and I'm like, what happened to Vinny? What happened to Dembele? I think you can do that to an extent.
I mean, what did Doué put up? He put up something like 20.
Doué, I think in all competitions was putting like 30 plus G.
Yeah. I mean, But we look at some players, don't you think some players, just their profile of player, you don't necessarily require that from them? Like, for example, I would never look at Kvara and say, Kvara, I need 40 GA. Would you?
But he still puts up but that's what I'm saying. You're not really asking these guys to do it, but they do it. You know what I mean? Like Kvaratskhelia last season, I would love to know actually how many he registered, but he's still putting up those kinds of numbers. It's a shame because, like I said, you could be an amazing player. Yeah. Like Giggs, for example, didn't have many 30 goal campaigns, 30 goal contribution campaigns, but you still knew his impact on the team. But I feel like in today's game, it does seem to be like a staple. If you're a top wide man, you have to be putting up top wide man numbers.
Fairs. I hear it. I will say about, what's your now, Doku? GA.
Doku in all competitions. Let me look it up real quick. Doku transfer market. He is on. I mean, 1 goal, 3 assists in all games.
1 goal, 3 assists. Yeah. But you feel his performances are getting better.
Definitely.
I would say a 25 GA season is a top season for Doku.
25, so what, like 12 goals, 12 assists?
Yeah, 12 goals, 13 assists, or what? 9 goals, whatever assists. I think
to be fair, as a 23-year-old, in a City team, by the way, that aren't really clicking offensively as much as I feel like they have in the past. Rotate as well.
He rotates.
He does feel like, though, he's playing a lot of minutes right now.
Yeah.
Like, if I look at in the Premier League right now.
Because Marmoush is
actually, to be fair, I say that 66 against Wolves, 36 against Spurs, 18 against Brighton, 77 against United, 87.
They rotate in it.
He started 3 games in a row and played most of it 3 games in a row. And then Brentford, he came off the bench. So it's not like he's playing 90 every single week. So maybe you're right. Maybe it is a 25 goal contribution.
Yeah, that'll be a good season, I think. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Fair enough. Okay, well, I'll tell you someone who's not going to get 25 goal contributions this season because I think he might have already done it.
Who's that?
Harry Kane. Harry Kane started the season. Wow. I mean, if I look at the numbers for this guy.
18 goals for Bayern this season. 23 in all comps.
My goodness.
I think.
My goodness. Harry Kane, if I can just find what he's putting down right now. The numbers he's putting down for Bayern Munich only. 18 goals, 3 assists, and 10 games for Bayern this season. So yeah, he's almost at 25 goal contributions, and we are just entering October. So Bayern look amazing, and I guess there could be even a question in this: are Bayern real? But I want to focus on Kane. A lot of people have talked about early Ballon d'Or favorite. Mm-hmm. Do you believe that he can maintain this form for the rest of the season, and at the end of it, be one of the main favorites to be winning the big individual competitions. Like in terms of I guess that also asks, can he win the Champions League? Can he win the World Cup? Can he win the Ballon d'Or at the end of the year? Or is this just Kane going crazy at the start?
I'm gonna buy.
I'm
gonna buy. I see that look in his eyes.
He's hungry.
I think he's hungry, bro. And he's got this worldwide appreciation now.
Yeah.
I think I'm looking at some of the times he's.
Well, you got the monkey off his back with the fucking league title.
The league title. I'm looking at when he's on the ball and stuff now. It feels like Kane's got more time. It feels like, I feel like the world. He's kind of like, I don't want to use the word aura, but he's kind of like auraing people off a little bit, bro. Like, yo, he's getting that mad, that legend respect, bro. I'm telling you, I'm seeing
They're loving
it, right?
him in Bayern right now.
Yeah, bro. Like, listen, I'm gonna buy because now the thing is what you said about Champions League. The same thing is always with Harry Kane. Champions League semi, Champions League.
But this is what I'm asking you, bro. But this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is this the year that he gets over that?
I think he can because it depends on the ties and stuff, but I think he can do it this year. But I am going to be one of the people that are demanding it. Don't think because I'm saying this now, I'm going to be like lenient. No, I'm going to demand when Bayern are in the semis or in the quarters, Kane, you better deliver 110%. And you know my relationship with Kane in England, bro.
Your relation?
You know my relationship with Kane when he goes to England.
With Kane in England?
Bruh, nah, I don't like what he produces for England. I know he puts up what he's got. I don't like the performances. I don't like.
But you think this season he's getting?
I think this season is something different with him. I think there's something different. I do believe there's something different with him. So I'm going to back him to be in the Ballon d'Or conversation by end of the season. He's going to score 50 goals this season in all comps. 50.
Oh, yeah, he probably will.
He'll score 50 goals. So 50 goals, win the Bundesliga, that's a given. Champions League is the one. Champions League is the one,
the
man.
World Cup.
The World Cup, yeah. He's going to be in the conversation, I would say. This will be his highest finish in the Ballon d'Or ever. Definitely, I think.
What is his highest finish?
I think he finished in the top 10 before.
Probably the World Cup year, right?
Maybe, yeah.
He might have done it.
I would say Kane will be top 5. Defo.
Top 5.
Defo, Ballon d'Or, top 5 this year.
I think I'm going to hold off, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, I feel like I've been
scarred. Kane is the definition of we have to wait and see.
Yeah, no,
he
for
is
me,
the definition
I feel,
of it.
okay, this is obviously like, wow, an extreme. The way he started the season, I've never seen him start it like this, but I feel like I've seen many strong starts the seasons for Harry Kane.
Well, funny enough, he never starts in August.
No, August normally, I feel he
yeah.
broke it against United that one time. But I feel like the last few years, I've seen Kane start the season on fire. Everybody says, he's so disrespected, he's so underrated. When is he going to get his flowers? But then, I don't know, April, May, June comes along, and then you realize why he doesn't get his flowers. Because in the biggest games against Europe's elite defenders, I do feel like his game kind of falls down a little bit compared to others whose game rises in the biggest games, right? I feel like he's almost like the anti-Lamine Yamal at times. Yamal feels in the biggest games he rises. Kane, I do feel like his game comes up short a few times.
It does. This can't be denied.
Yeah, and I think especially against the big, aggressive top center backs, that's when he almost reverts completely into his drop deep role. I'm going to act like a pseudo playmaker. And all of a sudden, Harry Kane is nowhere to be found.
Bayern have got Arsenal coming up right soon.
That's a big.
Now we don't want to look too much into the group stages. Like Arsenal beat PSG in the group stages, then lost in the actual semis or whatever it was.
But that'll give me a good indication.
It'll be interesting to see how he plays.
What Kane is going to give me this year. If I see Kane perform the way he's playing right now against Arsenal, you know what? We revisit this, and I say, okay, hold on.
It's true. It's true.
But for me right now, I'm going to be real. I think his numbers are unbelievable. But I also think this is the weakest Bundesliga I've seen in years. Yeah. Displayed by the fact, okay, he's got 18 in all competitions. You know who's the top scoring winger in Europe right now? It's Luis Diaz.
Winger in Europe?
Is Luis Diaz with 6. So right now, I do feel like the Bundesliga, it is a little inflated at the moment. But without disrespect, because also, it's not like anyone else is putting up these numbers. And I'm going to be real. Even Lewandowski didn't start the season this strong for Bayern. So having said that,
in this moment, Kane would do that in any league as well.
Yeah, and I also agree. Maybe not 18, right?
But I think he would
be probably the top. He'd probably be the top scorer in most league seasons. Right? I'm going to hold off because, like I said, I want to see in the biggest games what he can give me.
I hear that.
But I also think it does feel like there is a different look in his eyes. And I look at Bayern as well, too. A lot of it has to do with how your team performs. Yeah. This Bayern team is probably the most convincing for me since Hansi Flick's team that won the Champions League. I haven't been convinced by Bayern for a long time. Yeah. I'm kind of impressed what company's putting down right now, bro.
Yeah, same. And without Musiala as well.
Yeah, without Davies as well, too.
Nobody's saying Upamecano's name at the moment as well. Like,
for me, very underrated player.
Yeah.
Okay, fairs. Go to the next one.
What's this one?
We're gonna go to a club that you've kept a very close eye on this season. Maybe too close of an eye.
My boys.
Maybe too close of an eye. You think this is what you can do now? All of a sudden, what, United start floundering and you just you
my
jump ship.
boys, I need happiness, man.
Well, they're not giving you much happiness at the
it's
moment, man.
Not looking good right now.
Yeah, Hansi Flick and Barcelona. I think they've hit a bit of a bump in the road at the moment. I'm not going to say it's a disaster for them. It's not a crisis, but they have hit a bump in the road.
Yeah.
2 losses on the bounce. PSG in the Champions League, which it was close on scoreline, but I don't think on the display performances that second half was that close. And then 4-1 to Sevilla in a game that probably could have ended 8 or 9. And those were the games they lost, but there have been instances this season for Barcelona where you almost feel like they have just about got over the line, or they have played with fate a little too closely.
Yeah.
It does feel like the second season Hansi Flick theory might have more legs to it than we maybe thought. Are you buying that theory or not? Has Hansi Flick's second season syndrome attacked Barcelona?
That's a good question. I'm going to sell.
Okay.
I'm going to disagree.
You're not buying it?
Nah, I'm not buying it. Not yet. Not yet. I need it to slap me in my face, right? I'm not buying it yet. Because, listen, as you said, I've been watching Barcelona, right? Barcelona have had first and foremost, they've had many unfit players this season. Yeah. Loa has been unfit. Yamal has been unfit. Fermin has been unfit. Rafinha unfit. Joan Garcia. Balde. That's 6 names right there. Yeah. That's 6. Oh, no, not Fermin, but that's 5 starters that are, have
some
been
would argue
unfit.
Fermin should be a starter.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's 5 starters. Bernal is just coming back, like in warming up. And then you look at the loss in the last second of Martinez. Yeah, that's big. There's been times where it's Gerard Martin, it's Eric Garcia. I'm sorry, a Gerard Martin, Eric Garcia, Kubasi back through. That's weak. That's weak for me. Like, Kubasi's good, but he's not a leader yet. He's not that guy yet. He's good and he's still soft, very soft. So I'm looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, let's wait until international break where Fermin is back, Yamal is back, Rafinha is it Rafinha? I think it's is it Rafinha? I think Rafinha is back. Let me see what these guys can do when they're all back. Now, I have my question marks over Flick in terms of your genius. I know this. In terms of offensive genius, have we seen a coach like this? Probably other than Pep, maybe. I don't know.
Mike D'Antoni of football, bro.
Fam, offensively, this guy's a genius. But that defense stuff, like, you can't keep conceding the same type of chance every single game, whether it's minute 1 or minute 99. They are conceding the same chance. That is a bit of immaturity. That's naivety. And that is something that needs to improve. And I keep, I've been speaking to the Barcelona fans and stuff this season. And obviously, I'm an outsider coming in. And I'm like, yo, this highlight. And they keep telling me it's not the highlight. I'm like, it is the highlight, bro. It is the highlight. They're telling me it's not the highlight.
What's their theory?
They just keep saying, oh, no, but it's this player, it's this. And in this, they like point to individual mistakes. So say, for example.
But individual mistakes spawn from a weak system.
This is what I'm saying. Like, so they will point to an individual mistake. I don't know. Just can't use Rashford, for example. Rashford lost the ball on the left wing. That guy got the ball, pings it over the top. They'll be like, no, but it's Rashford that lost the ball. I'm like, but the line is at the halfway line, bro. Like,
one mistake shouldn't cause a counterattack for their team.
Exactly, exactly. So I think, look, Barcelona have been unfortunate with fitness. Get everyone back, and I think Barcelona will have a dominant season again. But Hansi Flick is scaring me for my Champions League prediction. I'm not going to lie. You cannot play like that against the better teams. They will punish. And PSG showed it. How many times did PSG get in behind? And in the end, they finally penetrated. Apparently, it might have been offside. I don't know. But Hakimi gets the ball, gives it to Ramos, and it's a goal. Better teams will punish you for this high line. And I also think there is just a little bit of... But again, I think that does come down to the injuries. But the attack isn't as... It's not... people are going to think I'm crazy because Barcelona have scored a lot of goals. But a lot of attacks are getting wasted in promising positions. Whereas I thought last season, maybe they would have punished in them positions. A lot of attacks, because we know Barcelona are going to generate so many attacks. But I think a lot of it is getting wasted. You're getting the ball sometimes, and 5 out of 6 times, you're near the box, and it becomes like a wasted cross, a wasted shot. And I'm
But
like,
you know what?
what's going
I
on
think
here?
I think I chalk a lot of that down to, like you said, the injuries to
Yeah.
big players. Because
Yeah.
for me, Hansi Flick's system
Fair and starting every game.
It's very high risk,
Almo.
but it's supposed to be very high reward, right?
Yeah.
Because you have the best attackers and
Mm-hmm.
the best midfielders, and you're going to control games for 99% of the time, and almost every attack is going to lead to a big chance or a
Yeah.
goal. You take the risk that defensively you're weak because you're almost always going to outscore the opposition.
Yeah.
So when you have Yamal, Rafinha, and Lewandowski, especially in a season last year where they scored it felt like 100 goals combined between the three of them. I think you can play that way a lot easier because you got three killers up front.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're missing two or even three of those guys, and all of a sudden your attack is Ferran, Dani Olmo, Marcus Rashford, all of a sudden that's a whole lot less scary and a whole lot less effective.
Yeah,
and
exactly,
You're not going to
exactly.
score 4 goals every single game with those three up front. Then on top of that, when you're missing John Garcia, who almost feels like to play this style you need a goalkeeper like him. You're going a big step backwards with Szczesny.
Yeah.
So
And then you think about Balde.
So yeah, Balde as well too in terms of covering that ground.
Kunde's been in and out.
But for me, I'm going to hold off on this because I still think when all the best players are there, they still should have more than enough to beat 99% of teams. Right now, they're struggling. Even against Levante, I think they got a little lucky. Who was it that they drew to 1-1? But honestly, those games, I feel like right now, they look shaky.
Yeah.
When everyone is back, I do think we should see a return to what
That's what
Barcelona
I
gave
feel.
us last season.
But it all comes down to that Clasico. Lose that Clasico, 26th of October, lose the Clasico, and it could be scary from there. Because 5 points in La Liga ain't 5 points in the Premier League. Like, that head-to-head, and when you're Real Madrid and Barcelona, you know they're going to win most weeks. Real Madrid will go on a run. So, for me, that Clasico is important. Don't lose that Clasico, and I'm like, okay, cool. Lose it, and I'm a bit worried. I'm not going to lie. But with this line, play like that, we already seen Mbappe score 5 goals against you guys, against Barcelona last season. What do I think that's going to happen now with him on top form? I'm seeing randoms that I've never heard of in my life get behind the defense. What's Mbappe going to do? Yeah. Honestly, I would love for Hansi Flick in that game to just have Ange in the Europa League final moment where it's
He's never going to.
Just let me just chill out a little bit. It's Mbappe. Like, come on, it's Mbappe. You know what I mean? Imagine they play Man City and they have Haaland and he's being able to run like that. Yeah. Like, sometimes just let me respect the opposition a little bit. I know I'm asking for something Hansi Flick has never done, but I would love to just see that because, honestly, I'm worried about what Mbappe can do to this back line, bro, with the space that they're going to get. So, yeah, man, get everybody back. That's why I'm not selling. That's why I am selling on that one. Sorry.
All right. I heard you mention, by the way, this isn't for this topic. I heard you mention Gonzalo Ramos. Are you starting to give him a little more credit, by the way, now? Gonzalo. I remember one time you thought he was a scrub.
I don't rate him, though.
You still think he's a scrub?
I don't rate him. I don't rate him. Do you rate him?
I think he's a good striker.
I don't rate him.
I think he's world class, but I think he's actually a good striker, man.
You think so, yeah?
I think he's an amazing plan B for PSG as well, too.
You reckon if he, plan B,
I think to have that guy off the bench is amazing.
Yeah. You know if you got to move and like...
To where?
I don't know. If Chelsea signed him tomorrow...
Oof.
I don't know.
For me, he's a finisher. Like, that's really what he is. He's not, like, for me, an elite center forward in terms of overall play. But I fancy him to score 15 goals wherever he goes, to be honest with you. But I think for PSG to have him... I know they spent a lot of money on him to be an off-the-bench option. That's a decent option to have off the bench. Speaking of PSG, though, this is the last topic. And as I keep saying, guys, get involved. This is one that I heavily got involved with this week because I'm just going to tell you right now, I think I'm buying it.
Okay.
Are PSG's fullback pairing the best you have seen? I'm not saying it's the best of all time, but the best your eyes, your 2020 vision have seen. I think I'm buying it, bro. And I know people are going to say they have to do it for longer, but just in terms of...
No one has to do anything for long. If you see it, you see it.
I think I see it, bro. As a pairing.
As a pairing.
I don't think I've seen a better pairing, bro. Because for all the great fullbacks I can think of, I think one is obviously stronger than the other.
Yeah, like Marcelo Carvajal.
Alves and Abidal, you know what I mean? I guess some people will say Alves and Alba, but I think Alba was good. I think he had a great career. I was
never a big fan of
him. I don't ever think he was like, for me, okay.
He got a lot of assists, but I wasn't
it was a good one. And I actually think one of these guys has become really underrated, bro. I think Philipp Lahm, David Alaba was a really good fullback pairing.
That's very
Can I tell you, David Alaba, I thought at one point was the best left back in the world.
No, I did as well.
Yeah, like you know how now everyone says Marcelo's the greatest of all time, but I remember there were periods where I thought Alba was better than Alaba was better. And I think because he moved to center back, people forget that.
Yeah.
But what we're seeing from Mendes, I think Alaba was kind of giving you similar in terms of technical ability, strong going forward,
100% ball striking.
Yeah.
He could remember Alaba could hit a ball.
100%.
You know what?
They're up there
As
for
a
me.
pairing, oh, it's tough.
Of course,
Robbo,
Robertson and Trent as a pairing were
flipping
really
hell.
good as well too.
Robbo and Trent were the system for about 2 years.
Creativity,
17,
yeah,
18,
yeah.
18, 19, I would say. 19, 20
They were
as
the
well.
primary chance creators
Yeah,
for-
for 3 years, they were the system, right? I think when lockdown came and now Klopp started trying to evolve a little bit and he started moving within Thiago, got signed. And all that. I don't think it was Trent, Robbo as much. But Trent, Robbo for 3 years were unbelievable. Wow, both getting so much assist. I'll be honest, I would say on the eye, I am a bit more moved by Hakimi and Mendes because for me, the way they both drive with the ball, Robbo was, you know what I mean, he's like a passion driver with the ball. He never really he used to run hard, but he wasn't like a driver with the ball.
He's a big kick and run.
Yeah. And Trent doesn't drive, right? But the way Hakimi and Mendes can drive wide and centrally is so impressive. They both can come into midfield and play inverted, which Robertson, unfortunately, he couldn't do. They both I feel like they affect the whole game more than Robbo and Trent in terms of all phases of the game. Now, again, Robertson and Trent's influence, they impacted the game 100%, a lot. But I think the way these guys do it in all facets, and I've just got to say, I think Hakimi and Nuno Mendes are a bit more locked down than Robbo and Trent were defensively. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think Robbo was good defensively. Trent obviously wasn't good defensively.
These guys even score
So
goals, by the way. Huh?
I didn't even
They
see
scored
that
the
from
biggest
Hakimi.
Champions League
yeah,
games, bro.
they scored. But Hakimi scoring in finals,
Yeah, semi-finals, Hakimi scored. I think Hakimi and Mendes both scored against Villa.
Yeah.
I think they both. One of them scored against Arsenal. I
Yeah,
believe.
I'm seeing Hakimi running off the last man sometimes. Like, that's how much they're involved in all phases of the game. On the eye, I prefer them to. People can talk about their longevity thing or whatever. You will never hear me because Trent and Robbo is why I started AFs. So that's the reason why I started saying attacking fullback. So no one can ever think that I'm trying to disrespect them too. I rate them too so highly. I've been saying I think Trent's the best right back. So, but on the eye, I just like the way Hakimi and Nuno Mendes move. I
remember
can't lie,
me and
bro.
you were
It's
discussing.
smooth, man. It just.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
You're talking about you're talking
Robbo
about-
and Trent feel a bit mechanical.
You're talking about the system as well too, right? Bro, I think bar Dembele, whose role in the system is so important, I think you could genuinely make the argument that PSG's fullbacks are the most important part of Luis Enrique's system.
Yeah.
Bro, they are everywhere.
That's what I mean.
I've never seen fullbacks in my life play the way they do. They're unique.
You know what's so good about Mendes, right? And we've seen it. Who do they play in the Champions? I think, was it Saka? He played against Saka. No, was it against, who did they play when PSG played? It was Arsenal played PSG, right?
In the semi-final, yeah.
Saka played that game, right?
Yeah.
This is what I want to say. So, one thing I love about Mendes, especially Hakimi. The thing about Hakimi, he's like a lone wolf sometimes. Like, he's just, sometimes you're looking, an attack is going on, you don't even know where Hakimi is sometimes. One thing I love about Mendes is how much he makes the opposition winger defend him.
Yeah.
He says, F this, bro. Like, you want to attack, okay, but make sure you're ready to defend me today too.
Yeah.
The guy will tackle you, run past you. You're chasing him.
Yeah.
As a winger, you're probably thinking,
He's
"What
a
am I
really
meant to
good
be doing
dribbler,
this?"
by the way. Huh?
Bro, he's a top
Mendes is
dribbler,
a
bro.
really good
He's a
dribbler.
top dribbler. So the amount he makes you, bro, one of the reasons why Barcelona were getting overrun is because Lamine Yamal doesn't do that job.
Yeah.
But he needed to do that job. But he's not going to do that job. To the point that, I don't know if anybody saw it, there was a time where Mendes got the ball and it was one of his inverted runs that he kept doing. If you look in the periphery, you see Lamine Yamal like,
There you go again.
oh, flipping.
There
he's
you go
off
again,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like, no, he's gone again. Honestly, the way he makes the oppositions defend with him, because Hakimi sometimes is off the ball, he's running, and okay, cool, it depends. You can think to yourself, do I want to be a cheat and stay on the halfway line and I'm going to capitalize from where Hakimi's left off? That's the difference with Hakimi. But Mendes, no, he's bringing the ball from your position with him, and you have to follow him. If you don't follow him, you're killing your team. So I
Hakimi
like
with him,
them
bro.
two's.
Hakimi with him too, bro. His intelligence, man.
Bro,
Honestly,
I'm sorry. I've never seen. I don't know if I've seen a player with an engine like Hakimi.
He's a
Other
jag,
than,
like,
probably Kante.
he's
and
a
Outside,
jaguar, bro. Honestly,
Hakimi-
he's so fast, bro.
but Hakimi can run the same
Yeah.
speed from minute 1 to the 90th
He's so fast,
minute.
bro. Yeah.
90th minute, he's still. I'm like, yo, what are you
Yeah,
on?
he's an
bro?
amazing athlete. But that I think I
Crazy.
always knew about him, like, because bro, let's not forget at Dortmund and Inter, he was like the prototypical wingback, bombing. He dominated the whole flank. But I continue saying this, like when he was there, I always used to think he's just a good wingback.
Yeah.
Like he's fast, he covers the flank,
Yeah.
puts crosses in the box. But at PSG, bro, he has become.
They feel like total footballers, bro.
He's that's honestly
feel
the way
like
to
total
describe. They do
footballers.
every facet on the football
Yeah,
pitch.
they
I've
feel like
never
total
seen fullbacks, and I think maybe that they almost encapsulate how the fullback position has changed
Yeah.
because now fullbacks are so much more probably important than they
Yeah,
were.
yeah.
Like
It's not even.
you're not even close. Like you're to be a fullback in today's game, man.
gotta be good.
You have to be good at so many different.
Yeah.
It's no longer like just defend and
Yeah.
then give it to your winger. You're required to be good in possession.
Yep.
You have to invert. These guys are popping up in the final third, combining with others, then crossing the ball. Yeah, I'm gonna be real, bro. I think I'm buying this, man. I know,
Yeah.
and I said this as well too on a TikTok actually I made, and I don't make many, but this one I felt. I think sometimes we're really desperate in today's day and age to crown everything we see the best.
Yeah,
that's
100%.
definitely a problem that we have as
Yeah.
a society. Everything we see now is like, wow, this is the best ever.
Yeah.
But also, I think there's a balance to be struck here because I think sometimes we're too hesitant to say that something we're seeing now could be better than something we've seen in the past.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I talked about Mendes and someone was like, oh, I saw Mendes get put on the floor by Gusto. And I'm like, guys, I saw Luis Figo get nutmegged by John O'Shea, right? Like every footballer is not perfect every second of their professional career.
I mean, what have we seen? I've seen guys have career nights against Trent, so I don't see what talk about.
But
Mendes
in general, I've seen
Yeah.
every player has had a moment in their career
Yeah.
where they've been put on the ground, or they've fluffed
course.
their lines, or they've missed the penalty.
Yeah.
Like we're just seeing it now, so it stands out to us.
Yeah.
But if you don't think Marcelo ever got skinned as a fullback, bro, Marcelo.
Barcelona's tactics were attack Marcelo.
Of course.
That is literally what Barcelona's plan was to exploit Marcelo. That's what they. That's fact. That's fact. Go search it.
My point is, every fullback you're going to see moments, and I think sometimes, like I'm definitely on the opinion, sometimes we got to slow down, do your research, appreciate what came behind. But sometimes some of these young guys will be like, Unc, that might be a little bit of nostalgia bias.
Yeah.
I think they got a little point as well too.
Yeah.
With Mendes, man, I think he's one of one. It's similar to when Trent burst onto the scene.
Yeah,
and from
you
the
just
jump, we
knew,
knew,
bro.
guys. Ivanovic was cold. He's not Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah,
Zabaleta
yeah.
was cold. He's not Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah.
I feel the same way watching these two at PSG. man.
Yeah.
So I'm actually gonna buy this one.
I wonder what did Hakimi and it might be long, but what did Hakimi and Nuno Mendes put up last season
In terms of
'Cause
numbers?
Yeah, because you feel like Trent, we always knew he was probably double figure assists every season.
Yeah, Hakimi,
Robertson
transfer
was
market.
probably about double figures as well. I wonder what they put
I'll
up.
tell you right now, Ashraf Hakimi in all competitions last season, 11 and 16. And then Nuno Mendes.
11 goals.
Yeah, in all competitions. Nuno Mendes transfer market.
11 goals
That's
from
nuts,
right back.
It is crazy.
16 assists. He could have got 30 GA.
Yeah, from a fullback. Nuno Mendes, to be fair, he got 6 and 6.
6 and 6. Yeah,
Yeah.
but he, as I said, for me, he's more of a progressor running with the ball. Hakimi pops up in the box and all this random
Nuno
stuff.
Mendes
So.
locks you down, bro.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Nuno
He's definitely
Mendes'
a better
track
defender.
record, he locked up Lamine Yamal. By the way,
Yeah.
that final performance against Spain, Nations League, is one of the best performances
That
by a
was
left
top
back I've ever
performance,
seen. Because remember the cross he put in was
Yeah.
Cristiano.
Yeah.
That
He went
performance is
crazy.
complete. But he's got Salah on his record. He's got Saka. He's got Lamine Yamal. That's arguably the 3 best right wingers in the world.
Yeah.
And he can say, I put them in penitentiary.
Yeah. Facts. It's funny, of all these names I'm mentioning, the person that gave him the hardest time, Jadon Sancho.
You know how crazy that is?
Jadon
Football's
Sancho
funny,
had
man.
Nuno
Yeah.
looking
And it's not even like
great.
peak
He
Jadon
was just
Sancho.
back from injury. I will say that he was very
True.
unfit, but
No, but
goodness.
that's not even like peak Jadon
Nah,
at Dortmund
bro.
the first time around. This was he came back. That's insane. When you think back to it.
Nuno Mendes almost got Sancho signed again by Dortmund.
Yeah.
Bro. He almost got him re-signed.
Bro, remember when Sancho put in that performance? Me and you came on like,
Yeah.
yo, Sancho might be back, bro. The things he did to Nuno Mendes that day.
That was mad.
Yo,
still.
if I were to tell you, 12, 24 months later, I'd be talking about
Yeah.
Nuno Mendes like this.
Insane.
Wow. Remember he almost joined
Insane.
United last January, bro.
Yeah. But I really wanted that to happen.
Yeah,
but
he dodged the bullet, man.
we'll be saying he's Doku level right now if he plays for Man United, innit? Flipping out.
Guys, get involved in the comment section down below, man. Let us know what you guys, first of all, thought about this concept. Did you enjoy it? Do you want to see it again, maybe next international break? And give us your answers as well, too. We love the conversations. We love checking in on you guys. That being said, this has been the Eye Test. Shout out to BR for always powering this podcast on TikTok, X, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace.